It's finally here. My first ever Goosebumps recap review, whatever the heck I make on my channel. Also, hi, my name is King Newsme. Last week I ran a poll and I asked you guys what episode of Goosebumps do you want to see me talk about? And you guys voted for Calling All Creeps, which made me very happy because I love this episode. It was my favorite book as a child. Granted, I haven't read it in probably 10 years, so I don't really remember exactly what happens in the book, but the episode seems to be close, I think. But I just loved the idea of your school bullies or like people around you are actually lizard people, which is an actual conspiracy theory now, and that makes me very sad. We start the episode out with our main character, Ricky Beamer, and he's trying to just casually break into the school. And he's really good at it too. I mean, just look at him. Yeah, I lied. He's quite terrible. He's trying to break into the school so he can get revenge on this girl named Tasha that edits for the school newspaper. Ricky also works on the paper, but he doesn't get any stories because Tasha doesn't like him. And when she talks about him, she calls him a creep and calls him Ricky the Rat.
Which, as you can guess, is not my favorite nickname.
So Tasha and the teacher finally leave the room and Ricky gets his chance to pull a little prank. He sneaks into the classroom, leaving absolutely no trace behind. Don't mind the footsteps. He gets on the computer and he types,
Calling all creeps, calling all creeps. If you're a real creep, call Tasha McLean after midnight.
This is when Ricky hears footsteps outside. He uses his cat-like reflexes to quickly save the file and swiftly run out the window. Just kidding, he basically tumbles everywhere, somehow gets it saved, and then almost dies going out the window. And he does this while his teacher is taking her sweet old time opening the door. Luckily, somehow, Ricky didn't get caught. Or he doesn't get caught immediately. But something tells me Tasha knows something is up.
Oh, it was nothing, Miss Richards.
The next day at school, Ricky gets picked on by a few bullies. These bullies pick on him every day, and one of them wants to be like Shrek, I guess. He bites into an onion and breathes inside Ricky's face, while the other two make him sing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Why? Because we love farm animals.
And his singing is just so beautiful that it draws a crowd in the hallway and everybody starts laughing at him until the bell rings. Everyone's laughing at him except for one person, this girl Iris Candler. And she doesn't like bullies, but something tells me she likes Ricky.
I wish I never lived here.
Ricky and Iris become friends fast, and they decide to go eat lunch together. And while they're looking for a table, Ricky gets tripped. Then he declares that after Tasha, his bullies are next on the hit list. Bro thinks he's John Wick or something. He then catches Iris up on some Ricky lore, tells her what Tasha did to him, and what he did to Tasha. But it does seem that nothing gets past Tasha. In the middle of the night, Ricky gets a call from Iris, and she's trying to warn him about something. She tells him to check out the school newspaper, but his dad gets on the line and yells at him to get off, that he shouldn't be getting calls at midnight.
I have to hang up.
Which he reluctantly does and goes back to sleep. Damn it, Iris, you're gonna get him in trouble.
I saw your message in the paper.
That's not Iris. For the rest of the night, Ricky gets calls from various creeps asking him what the plan is and where are they going to plant the seeds. The next day at school, we learn that Tasha did in fact change the ad in the newspaper to say Ricky's name and have his phone number instead. She also said that she saw Ricky trying to run away. But there's no way, he was just so fast and sneaky about it. And after Tasha leaves, we get to see that his bullies are acting a little strange. By strange, I mean they're not bullying him, which is what they're supposed to do. They do give him a note at lunch that reads, "When will the creeps meet?" And later there's a strange red liquid oozing out of his locker, and when he opens the locker he sees, "When will the creeps meet?" This is when Iris shows up to check on him and also ask him if he wants to go shopping with her to get cookies. Iris wants to make cookies for this bake sale that's going on later in the week, and she just wants Ricky to come with her to go shopping so they can hang out. And Ricky just can't believe it.
Really? Me?
My boy Ricky has his first date. How sweet. And the next night, Ricky takes the phone off the line so he doesn't get any calls in the middle of the night. But the next morning, he does get a call from a creep that's not happy with him.
Don't ever take the phone off the hook. How can we make contact?
And next, Ricky is just taking a stroll through the woods, as one does, you know. He's actually on his way to meet up with Iris when suddenly...
Let me go.
And when the sack is taken off of his head, we find that he's in this mysterious place and that his bullies brought him here. This is when they start profusely apologizing for bullying him and saying that they didn't know he was the leader. One even gets on his hands and knees and begs.
Please, forgive us.
And this is when we get a big reveal. All of them morph into weird alien lizard people, and their plan is to turn everyone else into weird lizard alien people. This is the universe every conspiracy theorist thinks we live in. Thinks. Or is it? And they think Ricky is their leader because of the ad in the newspaper. They call themselves creeps, and they have these seeds called identity seeds, and when they are eaten by humans, they also turn into creeps. And they want to turn as many people into creeps as they can, so their first plan is to turn everybody in the school into creeps. And they want to know their plan. And Ricky doesn't have a plan. He's very smart and witty, and he comes up with one quick.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh my god, he's gonna die. They say, let's put the seeds in the cafeteria food so the kids will eat the seeds unknowingly. And when they get to the school, the creeps start doubting that Ricky is actually their leader. I don't know why. He did such a great job acting before. So they force Ricky to put the seeds in one of the dishes in the kitchen. And he doesn't want to hurt anybody, so he puts the seeds in a dish called the tuna surprise. That was mentioned earlier in the episode.
No. That's the tuna surprise. No one eats the tuna surprise.
So it's perfect. Ricky pours the seeds in the tuna surprise and nobody will eat it. After he pours the seeds in and starts mixing them around a little bit, he gets caught by the lunch lady. He tries to tell the lunch lady to not serve the tuna surprise, he contaminated it, but she insists on serving it because it's
Good, nutritious food.
and then tries to force Ricky to eat it. But Ricky finally comes up with a decent excuse to something in this episode.
I never eat tuna in the morning. See ya.
I mean, it's the best one by far. And just as planned, no again. She asks him about the shopping, but he answers with,
Look, I can't talk right now.
bro lost his chance with the only girl that talks to him. Later that day, Ricky and the creeps meet up back in the hiding spot, where the creeps aren't very happy with him. Ricky tries to use the excuse that he thought he put the seeds in another dish, and they obviously don't believe him. So the creeps decide that they're gonna eat him. But before they could get close enough,
Maybe you should reveal the real plan, Commander.
Iris comes to save him from the situation he's stuck in. She acts like his second in command. She tells the creeps that the first plan was a test. It's fake. Just to see if the creeps were ready for the real plan. And this is when Ricky has a decent idea, actually. Well, he starts a decent idea, and then the creeps finish it for him. They decide to put the identity seeds in cookies for the bake sale, because kids can't resist cookies. And they'll give the cookies away for free, so the
Creeps will rule.
This is when Ricky pulls Iris aside and thanks her for saving him. Iris tells him that luckily she was walking by. What's up with these kids like casually walking through the woods? Isn't that like dangerous? She said that she heard all the commotion coming from the stump, which is they're in like a stump, like a giant fallen tree. Probably should have mentioned that before, but now you know. And when she heard that they were going to eat Ricky, she decided to step in. And they also agree that the creeps are creepy.
I mean, those creeps are real creepy. Creepy.
And now they have to think of a plan to somehow save all the kids from the identity seeds in the creeps. But they can't think of anything right now. Oh, by the way, all this is happening while the creeps are chanting,
Humans are the past. Creeps are the future.
It's the day of the bake sale, and Ricky and Iris get a nice visit from Tasha, where she pretty much just calls them weird and creeps and walks away. Then the actual creeps bring the cookies, and one of them yells out,
Free cookies, chocolate chip.
causing everybody to rush in and grab one. And Ricky and Iris still don't have a plan to stop them, so Ricky thinks of something on the spot. He gets on stage and tells them to stop on the mic. This is when Tasha decides to start a chant making fun of him.
Ricky the rat. Ricky the rat.
And the whole school joins in. This is when the creeps tell him to not worry about the kids. Whenever they eat the cookies, he will be their commander, and they'll have to do anything he says. And in this moment, somebody throws something at Ricky, and Ricky loses any bit of empathy he had left. So instead of stopping people from eating the cookies, he says,
Enjoy the cookies.
Iris tries to quickly talk sense into him, but it doesn't work, and everybody in the school turns into creeps. They also do this weird edit on his glasses. It's like they just got a picture of some of the creeps and then put it on his glasses and then turned the opacity down to about like 50% and just left it. I don't know, it just looks weird to me. And the episode ends with Ricky eating a cookie and turning into a creep himself. And that's the end of the episode. Like I said before, this was one of my favorite episodes as a child. I loved the mind-blowing twist at the end. It was like one of the first things that blew my mind. That and Camp Nightmare. Oh, Camp Nightmare blew my mind as a kid. I will talk about that in another video though. And besides of a few pacing issues, this is probably one of the better episodes of Goosebumps in my opinion. The acting wasn't very atrocious, like in some, but it wasn't like good, but it wasn't bad. Let me know what you think about Calling All Creeps in the comments below. Let me know any other Goosebumps episodes you want to see me talk about. I know Night of the Living Dummy. I know The Mask. I know all the popular ones. I will get to those ones. Let me know some niche ones. Tell me some niche ones that you liked personally as a kid. Also, check out this video if you haven't. It's a pretty good video. I enjoyed making it. Like the video if you liked the video. Thank you for watching the video. I appreciate you all, and peace.